Welcome back to the 128KB podcast. We are back once again.
Due to lack of popular demand.
Why you said it so quickly? I didn't understand the words.
I'm glad.
I
I said it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I did say it.
This is your weekly dose of all things gaming.
It is indeed.
With two slightly calmer gamers now.
Yes, and colder.
It is cold. What's happened?
I don't know. I just woke up and it was cold.
The UK's just got cold. Winter happened.
I know. The dog looked at me like...
Yeah,
he was like, what am I shaking?
The Starks were right. Winter is coming.
It's true.
Yeah, slightly calmer. We've calmed down from the horrific news of the PS5 Pro.
Have we?
No. 700
They're
quid.
both delightful and horrific.
What, the news?
Yeah.
It is delightful.
Because, you know,
right,
it's an amazing bit of... step for gaming kind, but also then you've got the price point, which is a kick in the nadgers, isn't it?
It's a kick in the nadgers, yeah. And I don't know. I want to buy it.
Yeah, I want one,
but I don't want to endorse that amount of money.
No, exactly. Yeah, you're just enabling. It's like when you were trying to buy PS5s off a scalper, and I was trying to tell you not to.
I almost did. I almost spent like 800 quid on a PS5, actually. Thinking about it, I almost did, didn't I?
I know you did, yeah. And that's why I was like, no.
Don't do it, AJ.
Stop it.
And then I think they kind of averaged out at like 600, the scalping.
Yes.
And I was like, that's not too bad.
You're like, it's not too bad. I was like, no, you're enabling them.
And I was like, well, it's all right for you to say it. You got it pre-order.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got it day one.
Day one.
Yeah, and now I sold it.
I'm there like the poor friend looking on, wishing I could play PS5 game. Oh, wait, I can, because they're on the PS4.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Astrobot, peak PS5.
Yes.
Peak PS5.
I'm sad that I sold my PlayStation so soon. I mean, I had it for over 4 years.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, I sold it just before Astrobot came out.
Yeah.
And it's like, I really want to play that. And they haven't put it on PlayStation PC, so I can't play it.
Well, as I covered in 128KB News,
yes.
subscribe to that channel if you're not already.
Do it.
It's very likely that it will come to PC eventually.
Potentially, yeah.
The developers haven't ruled it out.
Yes.
In fact, they wanted to know what the demand was from the PC market.
Yeah. I was letting them know on Twitter, and everyone was telling me that it wouldn't run on PC.
What do I think's in a PS5? I'm sorry, what?
I couldn't even bring myself to reply because I found it so funny.
Just let everyone else do that.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah. I was too busy laughing at everyone.
So there's genuinely people that think that PS5 is the peak of computing performance.
That's it, yeah. I mean, they did, what, was it like PS3 where they like clubbed together like 50 of them to make a supercomputer?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, they did. That was like a long time ago.
Yeah. There's still people in disbelief, if we exclude the PS5 Pro from conversation, because it's not out yet.
No.
Still people that don't believe that the Xbox Series X is a better computer than the PS5.
Wow. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like on paper, it's a much more capable machine.
Yes. Yeah, of the base PS5. Yeah, absolutely.
I still see people arguing against that, which I'm like...
Yeah, it's the powerhouse.
It is the powerhouse.
Yeah.
But now PlayStation have the powerhouse.
Yeah.
They just want they want you to take a mortgage out for it. So there's a problem.
That is true. Yeah, but I mean, it does look cool.
So I say that we've calmed down a bit. I've not calmed down at all.
No, that's the thing, and I'm in that horrible like hypocrite stage.
Because you're spending loads of money on PC parts as well.
I'm spending way more on PC stuff. And, but I love that. But also because I'd love to get a PS5 Pro. Yeah. But it's not going to happen because I'm in the PC route again. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I can't justify going both straddle both lines.
And would you use it?
Probably not. No, that's the thing.
I think that's the other problem. Say we've calmed down. I'm still ranting about it. It's like 2 episodes about it. But like the would you use it thing, there's... What games are really going to showcase it best?
Yeah, well, that's it.
How many is there?
I don't know. For me, it would have to be exclusives, and right now there's not enough PS5 exclusives to warrant, actually doing it. Because otherwise, I just run it on PC. My suspicions are that they're getting it in before GTA 6.
Yes.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Before
I agree.
Xbox's next generation, which is obviously going to come earlier. They've already said that, but I think they're hoping that it will be the best way to play GTA 6.
And it will be.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
And that will sell it for them.
Yes. And we always said, actually, when GTA 6 was fully announced, we said PS5 Pro will be the way to play it.
Yeah.
And now they've just made that a reality. Hasn't GTA 6 been delayed, though?
Hearing like loads of mixed messages about that.
Yeah, not too sure.
Yeah, I don't think anything official has been announced by Rockstar about
I
that.
can't remember when they said it was meant to be coming out. End of 25?
Yes.
So now I feel like people were saying it's been pushed into 26.
Yeah, that was the rumours. I'm pretty sure Rockstar haven't come out and said it.
No, I don't think they have. But if that rumour's true, I mean, could be in line with Xbox.
Yeah, that will really...
Xbox next gen.
Yeah, that will really fudge things up for PlayStation, because we know that Xbox are bringing their next generation out early. They said as much, and it's going to be the biggest generational leap in a console ever.
Oh, yeah.
That's their line, anyway. And that's almost likely going to be 26.
Yes.
May even be the end of 25.
Yeah. What would you do if, like, GTA's always been on PlayStation first?
Yeah.
What would you do if they changed and it came out on Xbox first?
If it came out on well, I'm in that weird fortunate position where it doesn't matter.
No, I know.
I've got both.
I know, but how weird would it be if, like, PlayStation released the PS5 Pro just for one game?
Okay, so we're going to play the alternate reality world games. If this whole, like, cross-platform thing really pushes in further, GTA 6 releases on both platforms at the same time, let's say.
Yeah.
And let's say Part 3 of Final Fantasy 7 releases on all platforms at the same time, which we know it's going to.
Yeah.
How much does that affect PlayStation?
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if the Xbox, whatever it's going to be called, next gen, is out as well.
Yeah, if that's out, then PlayStation 5 Pro isn't the most powerful anymore.
No. And are Xbox likely to undercut it? Or are they going to see it as an open door to charge more?
I think they'll undercut the PS5 Pro. I genuinely do.
They didn't undercut the PS5 though, did they?
No.
With the Series
X.
X.
It was the same price, wasn't it? Well, give or take. I feel like the Xbox was still slightly more at the time.
Slightly more. I think it was $470 at launch.
Something like that. But it was marginal.
Yeah. and $450 for the PS5.
Yeah, it was like 20 quid or something, not like 200.
That's my concern is not necessarily for the PS5 Pro, but what it means for future consoles. Because they've opened the door to this price point now.
Yeah.
And they all tend to copy each other.
Yes.
What does it also mean for the Switch?
Well, I fully expect Switch 2 to be about 500 quid. I really do.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Or if not, between 4 and 5. Because, you're looking at Switch 1. Well, let's take Switch OLED. What's that release at? 320.
320.
On like 7-year-old out-of-date hardware at the time. This is going to be really new, current stuff. I reckon £400 to £500 for a Switch 2.
Yeah, I think so. I've had it in my head that it's going to be like $450, which doesn't seem that ridiculous when it does launch.
Steam Deck price.
It's tricky now because they're all getting so close to each other so close to each other in performance.
Yes,
it is tricky. Although a couple of weeks ago we saw the Steam Deck slashed in price.
Yeah,
it was only for a limited time for the LCD models, but
just enough for them to get sold out.
Again, yeah, I was umming and ahhing about it.
I know, and as you were doing that, they were selling out.
You're not a good friend.
Why? Because I was both like trying to get you to buy one and also trying to stop you from buying one.
No, you didn't try and stop me from buying one at all.
I did.
What did you do to try and stop me?
I said you could wait till next year when the next big handheld comes out and you could buy my one.
There we go.
I said you could wait. You didn't have to do it there and then.
I'll reiterate that for everyone. You said, or you could wait until the next Ally comes out and then buy my Ally X off me.
That's what I said, yeah.
I was like, hey, hang on a minute. Yeah, that doesn't seem like... It seems like you're winning here.
So would you be?
I would totally buy it off you as well. You know what I'm like. I always buy stuff off you.
That's my old Switch.
It is your old Switch. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the battery's dead in that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I probably killed it before I sold it to you.
Yeah, fair.
You got to get a good deal.
Yeah,
so.
You're going to kill the battery.
Yeah.
I think there's only one game installed on it as well.
Probably, yeah. Was it GTA?
Yeah. Yeah, it's GTA Definitive Edition.
GTA 6.
GTA 6. On the Switch too?
Yeah. Probably.
Do you think?
No. Nah. I don't know, actually, because there is GTA games on Nintendo systems.
Yeah, it's not like
I own them. So it's not like...
Definitive Edition.
Well, yeah. There you go. But I was thinking even before then. But yeah, you're right. If it does come out, it will be a potato even then. It depends how good the upscaling is.
I was just going to get to that. Yeah. Like, what's their DLSS going to be like at that point?
If it's actually got like a dedicated DLSS chip on the
will
it
have a VRR support for its LCD?
I hope so.
It's going to be LCD.
I hope Nintendo just come and like take a dump on everyone. Just like full on trailblaze it.
It's not that ridiculous to suggest it would.
Yeah.
They won't call it DLSS and they won't call it VRR. They'll give it a
Super
Nintendo.
Smooth.
So, Nintendo Super Smooth. But then I poke fun at Nintendo for it, but PlayStation done just that. They released the pisser.
Yeah, the pisser, yeah. They just pissered all over the place.
Which is just DLSS.
Basically.
It's just hardware-based upscaling.
Yes.
Which is fantastic.
Incredible. But yeah, so the Switch 2 could possibly run...
That would be phenomenal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, would be amazing.
But then, cool. I was just about to say, wouldn't it be phenomenal to be able to play GTA 6 handheld? But it's gonna happen.
Yeah, you'll be able to on like the Ally X and stuff. Just pared down with upscaling and frame gen.
PC release isn't happening straight away though, is it?
Well, we don't know. I don't think they've confirmed, and that's the thing. And that's why I was kind of saying earlier, what would you do if they just went with Xbox for a launch window?
Oh, an Xbox exclusive?
Yeah, for like 6 months or something. Because it's always been PlayStation.
It has, yeah.
And then Xbox comes like 10 years later, and then PC comes another 10 years later. Everything needs to just come out at the same time now. Screw all this bloody delay rubbish. Just release it everywhere and let people buy it on whatever platform they want.
Yeah. I mean, for gamers, I think that's the best thing. But I think from the publisher's perspective, I think there's a kickback for them to do that. So there's a financial incentive.
Yeah, of course, because everyone buys it 9 times.
But I mean, like, I would imagine PlayStation would have had a financial arrangement with Rockstar.
Yes,
we'll pay you X amount
cut of each sale or something.
Yeah. And from the console manufacturer's perspective, it's totally worth them doing that if the only place that you could play GTA 6 for 6 months is...
Here's a big one. What if GTA 6 is only on...
Nintendo Switch?
No. Worse. PS5 Pro. What if it doesn't even run on the base PS5? Because we've got a situation here now where the PS5 is underpowered.
Well, we have a situation that is actually very much in line with the whole topic of the video. So you've done a really good segue there.
I was trying.
Yeah, it's good.
I was trying.
It's almost like we've done this a few times.
Yeah. I've just been taking tips off you. Coaching lessons. You know that guy that I pay for online on Fiverr?
That's me.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not a Fiverr.
I just figured it out.
My course for great segues is $4.99.
With real-time coaching.
Quite often when I'm trying to do it, I do try to think of segues in my head to merge conversations, especially like on the news ones where they're unconnected. I'll try and find a thread. But quite often I'll say, talking of X, and then I've got no idea what the connection's going to be until I say it.
Just make it up.
There is a situation with PS5 Pro. I can't imagine for a second that they're going to allow games to release on one and not the other.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it because we've already seen that they almost exclusively have games coming out on PS4 and PS5 at the same time. They've not abandoned it.
Yes.
We've seen with Xbox the same. They just don't allow it. So I can't imagine that PlayStation are going to allow games to abandon the PS5 base model.
So if they're not allowed, are they going to allow abandonment of the PS4? Is GTA 6 going to be on PS4, PS5 and PS5 Pro? Is the PS4 ever going to die?
When is the PS4 going to die?
What is with this thing? It just holds on.
It's like a cockroach.
It's just like, I'm not leaving.
No, sorry, it's a rad roach, isn't it? Let's be accurate.
Yeah. Like it.
Yeah. When is it going to... I fully expected in the PlayStation PS5 Pro showcase that they were going to kill it.
Yeah, I thought they were going to be like, bye. Hello,
or at least that, maybe not in that announcement because that was very much dedicated to the technical specs of the PS5 Pro. Yeah. But they had put a blog post out at the same time or something that officially now... But then have they ever officially announced lack of support for previous generations? Or do they just sunset it quietly?
Yeah, I think it just gets...
Because I guess it generates some bad news, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah.
And PlayStation, I'll give absolute credit to them. They are really good at avoiding... bad news, way better than Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox seems to constantly find themselves hogging the headlines for the wrong reasons.
They do it on purpose. Like any publicity is good publicity.
Like we had the PS5 Pro launch, and everyone was up in arms about it. And literally 24 hours later, Microsoft announced they're culling 650 jobs from the Xbox division.
That was savage.
It's like, dudes, just like you
put those people into the next Xbox. Come on.
I get it. They have to save the business, and clearly they're struggling with profitability in some way. Otherwise, they wouldn't get rid of jobs. But the timing is just like
bad, isn't it? Yeah.
Allow PlayStation to have some bad news time and don't steal it from them.
And on that Xbox front with the layoffs, did you see that last time they did the big layoff thing? So this time, they said there's going to be a 24-hour like dead zone where there's no posts from Xbox like for 24 hours.
Okay. Like out of respect.
Well, no.
Just so they don't get any flack.
Yeah,
right.
Because the last time they laid off everyone, the following day, like within 24 hours, they released a new controller, which was on fire, and it said, "Feel the burn." That was the post on social media. And it got flack because they just let off all these people.
Yeah.
And then they've released like, a meme like, "Feel the burn." You've got no job anymore. And now they've just let like 650 people go. So someone's gone, maybe
just go quiet
maybe
for a bit.
Just don't say anything for like a day.
Just don't talk about things.
So I found that it's horrendous, but it's kind of funny.
It's horrendous. Yeah. I feel for those people. But
yes.
It actually is a really nice segue.
Yes.
Almost, I would say, because it's my segue, it's better than yours.
Love it.
Xbox undoubtedly is struggling.
Yeah.
When you look at like market share in Europe, I think they're less than 20%.
Shame. People don't know what they're missing.
They don't know what they're missing. To be fair, I didn't know what I was missing until I got into it.
Yeah. I was like, I'm PC, I don't care.
So they do a terrible job of communicating it, is what I can see. But the Xbots, those fans of Xbox, they know, and they're very vocal about it. So
yeah,
but I don't think that helps because it kind of entrenches people more.
Yeah, it makes the divide
stronger.
Yeah. Yes,
but it offers a huge amount. It's if you take the PS5 Pro out of the conversation, which is not here yet, so that's fair. It's the best performing console that there is,
and it's got some of the best features.
It's got some incredible features. And then you've got like the services as well. Like Game Pass is an incredible service.
Amazing.
There's a huge amount that it has, but they are terrible at communicating it clearly. And we've talked about why Xbox struggles with that in the past.
Yeah.
But they clearly are struggling. Microsoft laying off people from the Xbox division again. Their market share is terrible. PS5 Pro. PlayStation can release anything and it will sell incredibly well.
Yeah, there's so many diehards on it. Like everyone's just like, laugh it up.
The Portal, it has its place. I get it, but it wasn't what everyone wanted.
No.
And the gaming community in general were like, this is just a grotty compromise. What are you doing? Yeah. They're charging £200 for something you can do on your mobile phone.
Yes, and everyone bought it anyway.
Yeah. And there's still part of me that wants to buy one.
Yeah.
That's how strong their branding is.
Yeah, totally. If I still had the PS5, I'd probably want to get one just to give it a go.
They are the Apple of gaming.
Yes, yeah.
We all know that Apple's bad for us. Everyone knows. Everyone is into computers in any way.
Full of sugar.
Yeah, bad for your teeth.
Yes.
We all know that like an Apple computer it's not going to be as versatile, as serviceable, as powerful as a PC. But there's something about it, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's something when you see them,
it just works.
It just works, and it's beautiful. Look how beautiful that is. It's sleek and it's well presented. Same with the iPhones; they trap you into it, and but look how beautiful it is. I feel exactly the same way about PlayStation.
Yeah, I agree, and I also feel similarly with how they conduct business in terms of they seem to very much know what they want.
Yeah,
and they're always going in like a straight line,
almost
trajectory.
like fingers in their ears.
Yeah.
We don't care what
kind
you
of
say.
like Nintendo. It's just like, I'm just going to do this thing.
Yeah,
you could show up if you want. Do you want some lossless headphones for £5 million? Yeah, just buy them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people are like, yeah.
We've put the price of the controller up again.
Yeah. Anyone care? Well, you're going to buy it anyway. Bye.
Yeah. This controller's rubbish. It's just stick drift and it's nasty. Who cares? Buy another one.
They're all sat on an island, with cocktails, just going, should we do this now? Yeah, go on. Just release it. Dong. There we go. Haha. Whereas Xbox, I feel very vocal and very kind of like beat around the bush. Take it 2 steps forward, one step back, change direction.
In their strive to give what they think is the best experience to gamers, it almost feels like it's very open.
Yes.
Right? We want to hear from you.
We'll
respond to feedback.
I'd like it. Yeah, I like it.
I love it. It's more of a PC approach.
It is, it is.
Than PlayStation's console approach.
That's true. Yeah.
But that makes their communication a little wish-washy. It's a little unclear.
It's terrible.
They're kind of disjointed, no clear direction.
But I think it's because they don't have a clear direction.
Yeah,
their direction has changed so many times with this home cinema thing. No, we're a games console.
Yeah.
We want to go down this route. No, we'll go down this way. Do you know what I mean? Like it's all like they're like very confused. Like the products and the services are great.
Yeah.
Like, and more people need to know that. But it is a little bit like, what are you doing? It's like they've just stumbled out of the bar and gone like, try this.
So we talk about games coming out, like the need for exclusives on some systems to get people over. Now, Xbox's big struggle in this generation, I fully believe now, was kind of ironically my entry point.
Yeah, it was.
And I think a lot of people's entry point back into this generation.
And sadly, I also think it puts people off. In a way, which is not the intention whatsoever.
The Series S.
Yes.
Is it time for Xbox to kill the Series S?
Do what PlayStation didn't with the PS4 and just axe it.
It's a really tricky conversation because there's benefits to it.
Yes.
There's huge benefits to it. But we know from previously from Baldur's Gate, and now Funcom, who are developing The Awakening, is it called? Dune Awakening?
Yeah.
The new Dune MMO, which looks phenomenal.
Yeah, it does look good.
Funcom developers came out and said, the Xbox Series S is a massive problem for us.
Yes.
Because this game's really demanding.
Yeah.
Even on the highest end cards in PCs, it's going to be demanding if you want the best out of it. On some older cards, it will still run really great. But the reason why we're going PC first and then console at a later date is because of the Xbox Series S.
Yeah.
Now, Baldur's Gate had exactly the same problem because Xbox have this kind of golden rule with this Xbox generation that games released on the Series generation have to be released on both consoles, and the Series S is barely this generation. It's more like a PS4 Pro.
Yeah. It's like last gen, isn't it? Just hanging on.
It's hanging on. It's a struggle. So developers have to limit the capabilities of their game in order, even if they're doing a scaled back, low texture version for the Series S, they have to massively limit what the scope is of what they're doing.
Yes.
And that's holding back development.
Yes. And that makes total sense.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that was always my kind of fear with it. Was like, you got two very varying systems. It's not like PlayStation 5 disc and diskless version where there's nothing different. You know, it's just whether you want a disc drive or not. This is a completely different system.
Yeah.
Like absolutely so far apart. Like it's like a mid-range system to a high-end PC. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a big difference there. And as we know with PC gaming, it can vary with how well games run.
100%.
And for them to say every game must have complete parity and be launched at the same time, like that's such a big ask. And I feel like this is
an impossible task.
It's an impossible task, especially now. Like, let's just look at the whole broad gaming system. Developers are potentially developing for the Nintendo Switch 2, the Xbox Series X, the Xbox Series S, the PS5, the PS5 Pro, and PC.
Yeah,
so
it's too much.
You got 6, whereas it should be 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You should have the PS2.
PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Nintendo.
And that should be it.
Yeah.
You know, whereas now you've got all these stragglers, like, you know, the ones that should have got, you know, chopped off.
Well, when you compare it to PlayStation, which is obviously the competitor, PlayStation will have 2 offerings. You'll have the current generation and the Pro, which is like straddling what will be next generation hardware. But Xbox have the Series X, which is this generation, and the Series S, which is pretty much last generation hardware.
I forgot the PS4, didn't I? That's an extra one as well.
yeah, but so they do. You're right.
Yeah.
So the Series S is if Xbox want more exclusive that aren't from their owned studios, they're going to have a real problem if they're going to keep the Series S going.
It is a problem.
Especially when the PS5 Pro actually comes, it's going to become more of a problem.
Absolutely. And because we don't know yet when the next gen Xbox is, we expect or anticipate it'll be 2026.
Yeah.
So we still got a whole year yet until we hear anything about that. So that's, you know, there's a lot of games coming out in that time. And they had great intentions for it. And I totally understand their mindset of like, let's offer something really accessible.
Yeah.
The Game Pass machine, digital only, you know, like something really easy to have.
Super cheap,
like really cheap, you know, very accessible price point, very easy to use, nice looking thing, you know, it's a good system.
Yeah. And I'll give them all credit for that. It's beautiful. It's a really small footprint. I think I bought mine for 200, 220, something like that.
Something crazy, yeah.
Incredible, man.
Amazing. You can't even buy a Switch for that.
No. And this is where I struggle because that accessibility is really good for very casual gamers.
Yes.
And also for me, I had a PS5, but there was some Xbox games I wanted to play.
Yes.
But I didn't want to buy a full system and have 2 full systems at that time.
Yeah, especially when they were like nearly 500 quid.
Yeah, and so I was just unsure. I was like, I haven't had an Xbox since the 360.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this whole thing.
Yeah.
There's this really cheap option. Do you know what? I'll just do that and I'll see if I like it.
Yes.
And do you know what? It got me into the ecosystem. So there is a really valid place for it.
There is, but in that same vein, I've seen so many people argue that PlayStation's better, like just on the fact that they bought a Series S.
Yeah.
And so you can't compare that at all. Do you know what I mean? Like you've bought the like handicapped one. Do you know what I mean? Like, but you have.
Yeah.
Like, so you can't like say that, and they're basing like the whole Xbox thing off of the non-flagship.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not fair. So they're like getting the Series S, expecting Series X performance and resolution, and then going, well, this isn't very good. It's like, you're not on the X. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you want to play really good, like, if you know what you're getting, like, you knew what you were getting, and you know what you're going into, and if you really loved it, do what you did, and then ended up buying a Series X afterwards, you know, which is a great move. So now you've got 2, but, you know, most people would probably trade it in or whatever. Yeah. It's a great way to dabble your feet in and go, this is really cool. I do like Game Pass. I am playing far more games than I ever imagined on Game Pass.
Yeah.
And this is great. Now I want the big brother that can do everything and better.
Yeah.
You know, so I get the intention. I feel like people took it the wrong way because I think Series S sales far outweigh Series X sales.
Really?
Yeah, from at least in certain regions. Yeah. I've definitely seen that in the past.
It does make sense.
Because of the price point.
And we have to remember that the majority of people that are buying consoles aren't into it.
Yeah.
They just want to play games.
They just want to play a game.
They're not really in on the specs. What's the performance of this machine? What's the hardware inside
They don't care. Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah, they see the price and go, yes.
In the console world, we've just been coached with, this is the latest generation console, go buy it.
Yeah.
If there's 2 versions, and you look at it, and you just look at the box, and they're actually behind you. You can't see them on camera. They're actually just behind me. If you just looked at the box, you go, that one's bigger, that one's smaller. That one says 1 terabyte, that one says 512. But everything else in the box is exactly the same.
Basically, yeah.
So you just go, well, I don't need a big hard drive. Yeah. Maybe that's why it's more expensive.
Let's pull up Little Billy. I know everyone loves
Little Billy and his mum. Big fans. Big fans.
Yeah. So Little Billy and his mum.
Yeah.
Right, again, that situation, you go into the shop, Little Billy's like, I want an Xbox.
I want an Xbox.
He didn't know what 2 different Xboxes
Why would he?
Why would he? Exactly. So his mum's the one that goes up, can we have the Xbox? And then it's like, yeah, love, you've got a 500 quid one or a 200 quid one.
I'm buying it for Christmas. I'll get the 200 quid one and then I could buy him some Game Pass games or something.
I'll buy him these discs that he can't run.
I was just going to say buy him some games, but
he can have an Xbox.
It'll inevitably be like Fortnite bucks or whatever it's called.
Or you can get those like little weird paper card things.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like gift card stuff.
That's it, gift cards. So so Little Billy's there. He's going to get his Series X. And then he's going to be disappointed when he's not playing at 4K 120 like it says on the Xbox Series X.
I don't think he'd notice.
No, he wouldn't.
He wouldn't notice.
No, he wouldn't
they don't care.
No. But that's the truth, isn't it?
Yeah, and so like from the majority of end consumer point of view, and I'm sure that kind of consumer is the majority.
Yeah.
From that point of view, it doesn't matter to them as much.
No.
But when you look at the other end from the development side, it's the problem.
Yeah, well, yeah, for developers, this is an absolute nightmare.
So for Xbox, it was a solution to get sales, to get people into the ecosystem.
But they shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, because it's such a handicapping feature.
Yeah.
I feel like they're obviously not going to kill it because it was too big a thing for them to do, and this rule has been too strong for them. I think there'll be more Baldur's Gate situations. There'll be more wiggle room on this golden rule thing.
Yeah, I think there needs to be.
I think we'll start to see, like how you go in the Steam library on your Steam Deck and it will say like Steam verified.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see more of those situations on the Xbox store.
But it's just such a kick in the face.
It's only digital games for the Series S. It'd be very easy for them to implement like a badge that says S or S and X.
I know, but how many people just bought the new digital-only Series X?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, if you're on the digital storefront...
Oh, okay.
And you've got GTA 6 comes out and it's on there and you can buy it digitally and it just says supported on Series X.
I know,
which means it's not on Series S.
It just feels like such a slap in the face.
It's a massive slap in the face.
Do you know what I mean?
But what else can they do?
Little Billy's not going to be able to play his 18 rage.
The option they have, very seriously, is either it's just on the Series X or it's not on Xbox at all.
I know.
Because that's where developers will start going. Like, it's a smaller market share. It's a right pain in the ass for us.
Yes.
We have to support this computer that can't run this game.
Yes.
It might just be easier just not to release on Xbox.
Yeah, I get you. But ultimately, and this is what makes me sad, is the premise was all good.
Yeah.
But now you're making your flagships suffer.
Yeah.
Because the games are going to be worse. Because they, instead of spending time optimizing it, they're getting it like base level.
Yeah.
Like, look at Starfield. You know, they're getting it like, oh, it runs all right on Series X.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the problem, which is Series S, and try and
scale it back a bit more.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and the same with like Cyberpunk and all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? There's always a problem. Yeah. Cyberpunk, we're releasing it on every console. You know, NES, freaking Sega Genesis. Like, they were just like, they promised every console, and then afterwards they went, oh no, what have we done?
It's broken everywhere.
Yeah, it's broken everywhere. Whereas if they just had 2 consoles to release it on and nothing else, they could have made that amazing. You know, and that's the thing. The Series X is let down by the Series S. They're like flapping around like a Magikarp on the like in a puddle, you know. It's like, man, it's bad. But yeah,
I don't know. I honestly don't know what they can do beyond that.
They need to show
PlayStation
just hold it
how
it's done. No, show PlayStation how it's done.
Kill it.
Yeah, quickly. Just chop it in half.
Take it to the farm.
That's it. Just
off to the farm.
That's it.
Look at the sunset.
They need to get a Doom guy, you know.
Yes.
And he can just come and annihilate it.
It'll be Microsoft Steve.
Yes.
Minecraft Steve, sorry.
Microsoft Steve. Just some random guy.
Steve from finance.
This is Steve.
It's Steve from accounts. All right, guys. Your job is to kill the Series S. Why me?
Everyone knows you, Steve. No, they don't. No, they do.
Aren't you Minecraft Steve? Yeah. No, I'm Microsoft Steve.
We thought the budget was low.
I turned around, I look at Paperclip. I was like, what are you doing? Are you writing a letter? No!
Why is he alive? Yeah. But yeah, I don't think they can get rid of it, honestly, because
not
too many people have gone.
Not with massive embarrassment.
Yeah, but also if it's true that more people have a Series S, then you've just lost like so many people. Yeah. You know, I think what they need to do, and probably the reason why they're doing it, is skip ahead to next gen as soon as.
Yep.
And just be like, let's forget about that.
Isn't that just as bad as getting rid of the S though?
Isn't
that just as bad?
Yeah, but they can, again, show PlayStation how it's done. Got the new console.
Yeah. just turn our backs on this. Yeah. I guess it's less embarrassing because you're now focused on this new thing rather than the another bad news story for Xbox.
They need to release one home console for the next gen.
What do you think the next gen's going to look like for Xbox?
I still think there's going to be 2.
I think there's going to be 2 too.
Yeah, 2.
2T.
Yeah.
But I think
Phil Spencer wearing a 2.
Oh. I could see that actually. My fantasy for them is the new Series X is an absolute PC, absolute PC
RGB
killer.
coming out of it, smoke, like
fans. You can see the graphics go,
hovers about an inch.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's going to be like it'll be a machine.
Yeah.
Like
it's going to be a proper machine. Yeah, I think so too.
And I think the Series S will be handheld.
I do too. Yeah, I genuinely believe that. I really do, because they want this play anywhere, everywhere thing. You know, they're fully supportive of that.
The problem is though,
cloud streaming and all that.
I guess they don't have to have an affordable entry point. Not if the PS5 entry point is £700.
Yeah,
they don't need it.
Yeah, true.
But I was going to say a decent handheld is going to be like at least Steam Deck price.
Yes, but that could be without parity in terms of like launch. Do you know what I mean? So if the games on that, they might even say it just plays Series X and below games or whatever. It wouldn't, because it would be just a PC handheld that would be capable of playing new systems. And I fully expect there to be some equivalent of PISA or DLSS in, you know, PlayStation's PSSR in the new Xbox, which will outperform all of it. I'm fully, confident. And
totally.
That hardware chip that will be in that, SoC, APU, will then, in a smaller way, be on the handheld. So it should be able to upscale like really well, modern current games, so there'll be less of an issue like there is with the. I keep pointing over there because the boxes are behind your head. Yeah, but less of an issue between the X and the S variants.
What if Xbox go full hybrid?
Full hybrid, bring it on.
I know you'd love that.
Oh, it's just an eGPU dock, like a big fat
yeah,
one,
that's what I mean. Like they just go full hybrid on it.
What if they team up with like Asus?
There was talk of that, wasn't there? It was AMD that they were going to work with. Oh, AMD were working with someone on the next gen of APUs.
Oh yeah,
and then
I can't remember this now.
I wish I could remember the story exactly because it was a few months ago, but it was something like that was it. Xbox wanted to outsource the production of their handheld.
Oh yes, yeah, I remember now. Yes, it was like a rumor that it would be outsourcing instead of making it themselves.
It would be outsourced to Asus.
Yes, well, no, it was us that said Asus
because that was
we were saying
the
like,
Ally Xbox.
Yeah, the Ally Xbox.
I remember it now.
Yeah. Because why not? But yeah, imagine if it is a hybrid then, and you could buy it without the eGPU dock.
Yeah.
So you could buy like the dumbed down version.
Yeah.
And then if you want the like 8K 120,
straight into
your dual 4090s and SLI.
Dual 4090s. Only £3,050.
Yeah, for more than that.
It would, wouldn't it?
Like $5,000.
$4,000 just for the GPUs.
Yeah, eat this, Sony. Here's our $5,000 Xbox. But yeah, no, it could be.
Yeah.
There's no saying that that's not a possibility. They could do a Nintendo and be like, well, hey, check this out.
Well, it was weird. It wasn't as weird for Nintendo because they got such a strong history of handhelds.
Yes.
But when you actually think about it, it was weird that Nintendo did it.
And
abandoned the kind of home console thing.
Yes. They just went, two birds, one stone.
Yeah, hybrid. And it feels like the trajectory is all going towards that.
Well, it makes sense because everyone's so busy these days.
Yeah.
And having one system that does all. I mean, that's why I'm like been building this Ally X and eGPU thing.
Yeah.
So I've just got PC everywhere, like best performance. Do you know what I mean? I could take my Ally X out, play AAA games, come home, eGPU into the 4K.
You go into your house, you open the door to your house, and it's just like smells of Master Race and RGB.
I was going to say it's just RGB, like through the smoke.
Yeah.
Like, and you just know.
Master Race.
That's what it's like. Yeah. Dog's got RGB collar on. Like. I need to do that actually. That'd be cool. Great. Yeah. But yeah, so it could be that they do that, and then they only need to develop for one system, really. You know, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's all fantasy land.
Of course it is. Yeah.
But there's strong rumors about this Xbox handheld that don't die.
Yes.
So it's obviously a thing.
It is because Phil Spencer's always playing on them, isn't he?
Yeah.
He always brings it up, or you see him with it, or whatever, you know, because he's always flying around the world doing something. He's the number one person that's going to want a handheld. And I'm sure he's thinking,
I can't be alone in this.
Yeah, he's like, everyone else is flying around. I'm seeing him over there, Little Billy's dad.
Little Billy's dad?
He's on the same
What's
flight.
Little Billy's dad called?
I don't know.
Barry,
yeah. And maybe he's friends.
Billy Senior.
Billy Senior, yeah. Yeah, that's it. And maybe, you know, he's friends with Phil Spencer.
Big. He's called Big.
Big. Yeah.
What we didn't realise is their surname's Billy.
Oh.
The son's called Little.
Is he called Big Billy?
Little Billy, Big Billy.
Yeah, Little Billy, Big Billy. Yeah, might be. Could be. But, you know, he's on the flights and Phil Spencer's like, I see this guy all the time.
Big Billy.
Yeah, Big Billy. And he's thinking he could have a handheld, couldn't he?
Yeah.
And Big Billy's reading the Xbox magazine, you know.
Is there an Xbox magazine?
Don't know, but there is now.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, so maybe he's thinking, handheld. But no, genuinely, I do think Little Billy's dad would enjoy a handheld on the flights.
Big Billy.
Yeah, Big Billy. Yeah.
Call him by his name. Give him some respect.
Yeah, Big Billy.
He's more than Little Billy's dad.
Yeah, he's Big Billy.
He's actually Steve from accounts.
But yeah, I think they need to go in with one system.
Yeah.
And just basically make the absolute balls to the wall system they can. Screw these weird little like side projects like the Series S. I mean, handheld it if you want to, or release it later.
Yeah.
So just come in strong with a real beefy, like wipe the floor with a PS5 Pro. Just, you know, be like, we are, even though we're like last place, and like our sales suck and whatever, check this out. And it's like, you know, some meaty PC in your living room. Because why not? I'm going to buy one.
Are you though?
Yeah.
Okay, it's £800.
I'll just sell the Series X.
Would you buy it for £800?
I would, yeah. I would be more inclined.
I'd love to know what people think about that.
I'd be more inclined to buy an Xbox at £800 than a PlayStation at £800.
Why?
because it's made by a PC company.
But then, I mean, if you take a PlayStation apart, so is that.
Yeah, but PlayStation's got 5 like exclusive games.
Yeah.
Xbox has got Game Pass.
Mm.
So like me and Christina play on one Game Pass account and both have access to playing online together.
Whilst we're dealing in fantasies then, what do you think about Ana de Armas? No, whilst we're dealing in fantasies then, what if PlayStation they change PlayStation subscription and make it like Game Pass?
But they're not going to, are they? Their subscriptions suck.
It does suck, yeah.
Like they don't know what they're doing.
I actually cancelled mine, you know.
I cancelled mine long before I sold the PS5.
Time, I think since it existed.
Yeah.
I've literally let it lapse.
Yeah.
Turned off my auto renew.
And that was like the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So yeah. So the reason why I'd be way more inclined to buy a more powerful Xbox over the PlayStation is just that it's got Game Pass on it. I've already got Game Pass Ultimate because I'm playing PC.
Should I sell my PlayStation?
That's your choice, isn't it?
Let me know in the comments if I should sell my PlayStation. Wow. Or I could say PlayStation and say it right.
Yeah.
PlayStation. Do you know what's really dark? I can't help but want the PS5 Pro.
I want the PS5 Pro. Like I said in the last podcast,
I didn't want it.
I gave all the reasons why I think this is the best possible console gaming experience you will possibly have currently. You know?
Yeah.
And I would genuinely buy one if PlayStation did not make PlayStation PC. If there was no PlayStation PC, I wouldn't have sold my PS5.
Yeah,
and
fair.
I would have sold my... Well, actually, no. Rephrase. I would have sold the PS5 and bought the PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
But since I bought the Xbox like a year ago or whatever, I haven't played the PS5. It was literally just sat there gathering dust. And I was just holding on to it, waiting for games, going... I can play all the games I want on PC or on Xbox. And Christina's like fully heavy into the Xbox now because on Game Pass she can, you know,
it's just so convenient.
Just play anything she wants on the same account as mine. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Under one subscription. So that's the only reason. Like, I love everything PlayStation have done with the PS5 Pro. Like, I think it looks great, other than the price point. Let's get that clear.
Yeah.
But like as a technological piece of advancement for gaming, brilliant.
It's incredible.
Now they're actually living up to 4K 60.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you can actually hit it now.
Yes, and it looks good. It doesn't look like a potato.
Yeah.
You know, so great. Like, I'm all for that.
Apparently, apart from Hogwarts Legacy, apparently.
Yeah. But there's no justification there for me to spend £800 when I've got married up, whereas now Xbox and PC can live hand in hand, whereas before it was kind of one or the other.
Yeah, it totally was.
Now they live together.
Yeah.
You know, and that's in my household how it is.
So I guess the question then is, with the Series S, back to topic, is do Xbox just do their own thing or do they copy PlayStation? Because at the moment they're doing their own thing.
Yes.
They're casting off in their own direction.
Yes.
A little bit like Nintendo did, but in a different direction.
Yes.
Do they, before this, it was always like blow for blow, Xbox and PlayStation were just doing the same thing every time.
Yeah.
And it was just like, which do you want?
Yes.
Do they copy PlayStation and just have one hardcore system? Or do they continue with this insistence on having two?
I think they should.
Or do they, I guess also the third part is, do they kill the S now in that let's just have one decent system? Or are they just going to wait it out and then release their new Xbox next year?
They're going to wait it out and just release a new one. They're not going to kill the S because they can't do that now. It's too far gone.
Yeah.
You'd enrage all the last bit of hope of the people that still enjoy Microsoft, that are loving the Series S. They can't do that. You know, they just wouldn't. I really don't think they wouldn't. They're not. I don't think they're going to copy PlayStation, even though I feel like they should.
Yeah, I think they should.
I think they should make the Xbox, you know, like just start again.
Yeah.
You know, just call it the Xbox and go again and make it absolute monster, 800 quid powerhouse, better than anything you could possibly have. Or make it more affordable, which is the right move.
That's the right move.
550, 600, and still make it more powerful. Show Sony how it's done. Or instead of just copying PlayStation's homework, copy PlayStation and Nintendo's homework.
Yeah,
and have one of each.
Yeah.
You know, do the PS5 Pro better for less, and have a handheld
Yeah.
And then you're winning.
What's the price point do you think the Xbox is going to be?
Well, the new one?
Yeah.
I reckon 600.
Yeah, I think 600.
100 quid less than the PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
200 quid less than the PS6.
It can't be, it can't be less than 500 because the 2 terabyte Series X is 550, I think it is.
No, it's going to be 599, I reckon.
Yeah.
If at a push, depending on the specs, 650 max, they're not going to hit 700 like PlayStation, or they'll do the right thing and adjust the price.
They've always done that up to now, actually, haven't they?
Yes, and that's what I mean. So if it's $700 in America, then that's under $600 here.
Yeah.
So then that makes sense. So yeah, I'd say I bet you between 550 and 600.
That would be,
or 550 and 650.
I hate that consoles have got to that place.
It's hideous, isn't it?
It's horrible.
I mean, I'm from PC land, and we all know that we spend £20,000 on a graphics card.
But you get your value for money out of a PC. That's the thing.
It's true, and it lasts forever.
It lasts forever. It's customizable, serviceable, and also you can take you've got a 3070 in your editing rig at the moment, haven't you?
3080.
3080, sorry. Like, if you wanted to upgrade that, you could take that 3080 out and sell it, get some money, not a lot, but you'll get some money for it, and put in a new card.
Yes. Yeah.
So, like, the investment isn't totally lost ever.
No.
And the machine isn't totally redundant as soon as you've bought it. But the problem with consoles is it's a sealed proprietary unit. You can't take it apart.
No.
You can't service the parts. You can't upgrade the parts. It is what it is.
Yes.
And especially now when we get to, like, they're all going to be system on a chip kind of base. It's even more so.
Yeah.
So you'll spend a couple of grand on PC parts and all the rest of it, but you'll get your money's worth out of it.
Yeah, and it Frankensteins its way through the years. You know, until eventually your CPU is no longer supported, and then you need to.
But as we talked about in the PS5 Pro podcast last week, you can build a half decent gaming rig for the same price as a PS5 Pro.
Oh yeah, absolutely you can. Yes.
And you can Frankenstein that into the future.
Yes, and you'll have a good starting point already with a PS5 Pro equivalent graphics card. And then you can make it better later.
Here's the thing then. We used to think of consoles as a 7-year lifespan.
Yes.
PS5 Pro was announced on the 4th anniversary of PS5.
Yeah.
So are we talking a 3 PS5 Pro to PS6 is going to be 3 years.
Yes.
So you're going to spend £800 for 3 years.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And then it's dead.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't sit good. And that's like
300 quid a year, basically.
That's my problem now with consoles getting to such a high price point.
Yeah.
It's so difficult. I want to still love them all.
Yes.
I want to still love them all. And like on paper, I love the PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
Love the Xbox.
Yeah.
What Xbox are going to do next is going to be great. But Christ, when you're getting that expensive, it's hard to love you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Could just mean Nintendo just win.
Or it just means do away with these freaking Pro refreshes. Do you know what I mean? Like,
just make a decent one to start with.
Because the PS5 Pro should have been the PS5.
Absolutely.
The PS5 shouldn't have even been a thing.
No.
The PS5 Pro should have been the PS5.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's how it should have been. That's how it was marketed.
If I'm playing performance mode, it shouldn't look like a potato.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Like you're running on a Switch.
Yeah.
Just at 60
I want
FPS.
I want to get near 60 FPS and I want it to look acceptable on my TV.
Yes, exactly. So
PS5 was not that.
No. So do away with these Pro variants, which I'm really glad Xbox have skipped.
Yeah, same.
You know, because again, we were already at a higher price.
Well, and it would create more of a problem for Xbox.
Yeah,
now you have
got
three
separate,
variants.
which is why they haven't done it, I think, is the ultimate reason. But like you said, I think they're going to start going, hang on a minute, these are getting more and more and more expensive. Like you said, the lifespan of each system is getting smaller.
Yeah.
If we keep doing these refreshes halfway, people aren't going to pay it. So I think, like we said before, release the new Xbox as the absolute top dog, make it absolutely as best as you physically can, future-proof it to the max, you know, splash out on it, make it amazing, and support that one system until the next gen.
Yeah.
You know, even if you make next gen, like the lifespan shorter.
5 years.
5
years.
Yeah. 5 years. Call it 5 years.
Gaming's moved on such a long way in that.
Yeah.
And like technology has. You think like 5 years ago, like the changes that have happened.
Oh, absolutely. And even looking at PC like size, you can't even run 1080p games at max settings anymore on an 8 gig graphics card.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, you know, again, I know we spoke about it touching on different videos places, but a 4060 Ti, there's two models. You got an 8 gigabyte and a 16 gigabyte just to future-proof itself so it can run at high textures at 1080p. That's what it's designed at, and it needs 16 gig of RAM just for its own card. Do you know what I mean? So we're going nuts with all these textures and stuff. So these systems need to, I think, have like a 5-year lifespan and be released as good as it can with no upgrades. Do you know what I mean? Like no variants. And then the devs will be able to go, hey, Xbox got one console, PlayStation got one console, Switch got one console, and they'll make the games better.
Yeah.
And less broken.
Less broken. Otherwise, we're going to start seeing, well, Xbox are very close to it, like we touched on. We're going to start seeing games not being able to be released on that ecosystem at all.
Yeah.
That's
or like with huge delays. Like,
huge delays. I am honestly would be surprised if we see June on Xbox.
Yeah.
Just the way they were talking about it, there was no defined date.
Yes.
Now, they did say on console in general, because I don't think they wanted to piss off Xbox and Microsoft.
Yeah.
But PC first, and then at a later date on console, and all because of the Series S.
Yes.
The inference in that is that if it's too much of a problem, we're not going to bother.
Yeah.
Why would we
we'll
bother?
Just skip it.
We'll just skip Xbox entirely, unless there can be some wiggle room. It almost like a bit of a standoff.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate standoff was it was the multiplayer element, wasn't it? Was that right?
Screen.
Split screen co-op, that was it.
Yeah,
right?
they couldn't do it on Series S, and they basically said, do you want it or not?
Yeah.
Because if not, then bye.
I think we're likely to see a bit more of that, or we're likely to see games not coming.
Yes.
Because we could still be 2 years away from an upgrade.
What's to stop Xbox just dropping it next year?
The Series S?
No, I mean like the next gen.
Dropping the next gen?
Yeah, just out of nowhere, like.
There's nothing stopping them, I guess.
Towards the end of the year, just here you go.
I guess the only thing is how much it will upset the existing Xbox owners.
True.
But if sales are struggling as much as
they're
reporting, they've got to do something.
Yeah, there's no one to upset.
Yeah.
No one's got one.
Yeah.
I mean, we do, but Yeah, I think they just need to do something, but they need to spend at least 6 months thinking of a better naming system.
My God.
The names suck, don't they?
Yeah.
So
I'm in it and I still get confused.
Yeah,
what was the last generation called?
Yeah, I have no idea.
1X? Was it 1X? 1S?
I don't know.
See?
I have no idea what's
remember.
going on. You had Xbox, then 360, then 1.
Yeah.
It was number 3.
Yeah.
That's great.
And that had 2 variants.
And then that had an X in it, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And something else. Did that have an S as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you've got the series.
I think wasn't the S digital?
So, I don't remember. And yeah, maybe.
You might be able to let us know in the comments. I can't remember.
We're confused now. We're delusional.
We're definitely delusional and fake.
Yes. And then now you've got series S and X. It's like, who's naming this stuff? Do you know what I mean? It's so... Little Billy's mum, I know you love Little Billy. Little Billy's mum.
What's she called?
I've no idea. She doesn't have a name. She's just Little Billy's mum.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. She's like, Dexter's Lab. You just see like the legs, or like Tom and Jerry.
I was going to Tom and Jerry first.
Yeah, so you just see the legs. That's why I went with Dexter's Lab. But yeah, so there you go. She's like that. So
Wow.
Little Billy and his mum. Like, imagine that. I want the new Xbox. Which one? I don't know. They're all named really weird.
I'll go back to the topic because we've flailed around.
Sorry, Little Billy's been strong on this one.
Yeah, just to round up the show. Even as a Series S owner, I want Xbox to kill it.
Yeah.
I hope they do. I know they won't.
Yes.
I fully think if they don't and they're not quick with the next generation, we know they're going to be quicker, but if they're not quick with it, we're going to start seeing games not released on Xbox unless they can compromise in some way.
Yeah.
And maybe that's it. Maybe it's just the compromise of some games just aren't.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe it's just like a single player experience thing. Multiplayers get left behind.
Yeah.
Because, it's more challenging.
But then games like Dune.
Yes. Yeah.
It's MMO, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the whole thing's done.
Big thing.
Unless they're cloud only.
True. Yeah, that's a potential thing. Yeah, that could be and the Xbox Series S is just a streaming. The Series Stream.
Yeah.
They just changed the naming. Yes.
Yeah, that could be a way.
It could be a way, yeah.
I mean, it alienates some people.
Yes.
Internet connections and stuff.
Yes.
Who knows? But I'd love to know what you guys think down in the comments.
Yes, indeed.
Do you think they should? Is it time? Or is it a suicide move? I'd kind of genuinely love to know what you think.
And let us know what you think little Billy's mum's called, you know. Cause we've never met her, so.
I'm going with Sandra.
Oh, okay. Yes. Sally.
Sally?
Yes.
Wow. Interesting. Both S's.
Yes. Don't know why. Because of the Series S, maybe? I don't know. That's what we've been talking about a lot.
Yeah, let us know down in the comments down below. And whilst you're down there digging around, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. And people in podcast land. Yes. We love them.
We do.
And their ears. Sometimes you can see our faces if you're on Spotify. Yes. Please rate the show.
Do it.
Because it really does help us out.
It does help us a lot.
Yes. I can't think of anything else there is left to do.
Become a member. Yes. And I don't know why I'm talking like this.
Very soft.
Yes. You can become a member and you can sometimes see these videos early.
Yeah. And
you can also talk to me and AJ and all of our lovely people in our Discord.
It's a beautiful place and we'd love you to be there too.
Indeed.
And consider watching some other videos from us here at 128KB. We're a lovely bunch and we love you being here.
We do.
Smashed between our faces. So until the next time,
bye.